am so excited for the new album, Body Language, which is out today.
Well, me too. Thank you. Thanks for having me on, man. I'm pumped about it. I'm extra pumped about it because actually the album title is a song written by somebody, a couple of guys that I actually coached on The Voice. Like something has finally come full circle from the last 10 years of being on The Voice. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you got it from Swan Brothers, Colton and Zach, but I think they were going to record it. I think you had to like say, can I have that?
No, as their coach, I told them I was taking it from them. That's what it was.
The album's got 12 tracks on it. Of course, we've heard Minimum Wage, Happy Anywhere. The best thing about that song is the video, just having cell phone footage from Gwen, which is just, it's so fun to just see you guys living your life out there. And it's a perfect song for that. So that's my favorite. I mean, the song's great, but thank her for sharing that with us.
Well, I will. And she'll be happy to hear that from you because, over the last 6 years, I guess it's getting close to now, since we've been together, she's always got her freaking phone out and she's constantly taking pictures and videos to the point where I'm like, will you please put that down for God's sakes? What are you doing? And now she gets to rub it in my face because we were able to actually make a video out of all that stuff for Happy Anywhere because we were in quarantine and we couldn't actually go make a video. So it actually all worked out.
Yeah, there's a few Blake faces in there. Put that goddamn thing down right now.
Exactly right.
Well, there's also some stuff that sounds a little throwback, maybe 80s, 90s in there. And you probably haven't heard this, but I think there's even 2 tunes on there that I would put on yacht rock radio.
Oh, is that one of those? Tell me about this.
I would say Making It Up As You Go and The Flow.
For sure, yacht rock songs. And I know exactly what you mean about making it up as you go. I mean, it's got that, whatever that thing is that makes a song feel like an island type feel or whatever. It's definitely got that, which was important to me to have that on that record. I always go back to that sound, and freaking Kenny Chesney kind of took he took the beach theme for his own, so the rest of us don't get to have that. So, but I still try to sneak it into my records every now and then.
Yeah, you can't own that. You can have it, but Kenny doesn't own it, just so you know.
Okay, well, it seems like he does. I'm just saying, he's Kenny Chesney, and you think of him laying on a beach somewhere, passed out.
Very true.
In his blue chair.
We also got a real fun tune on there that it just sounds like you had a good time recording it. Korn.
I'm going to tell you something right now, man. When we were looking, so we had Happy Anywhere, kind of ran its course at radio, and it was a hit song for us, and it was time to talk about what the next single was going to be. Happy Anywhere is actually the first single off this album, even though it feels like Minimum Wage is. But anyway, I made a serious push with the label and my management I wanted Korn to be the next single off the record, and I just love the song. I mean, the song's ridiculous. Let's just face it. But Craig Wiseman, he wrote the hell out of the song. I mean, he's just so unbelievable. And I remember on this conference call, I was talking to the label, and finally, whether it was John Esposito or my manager, finally somebody spoke up and just said, "Hey, Blake, I don't know that the rest of the world is as excited about Korn as you are. We're not just totally sure that everybody can relate to this song." So what are you talking about, man? It's Korn. Everybody loves, even if you don't know it, there's something about Korn that is in your life every day. I'm not giving up. I still think we'll get it out as a single at some point.
Well, I ran immediately because I wanted to know. I ran to the liquor cabinet immediately and distilled from Korn. See,
the most important products in our life are made from Korn.
Little Smithworks vodka here. So I will be drinking a little bit of this today because I'm celebrating. I don't usually say this in the air, but you're celebrating Body Language coming out. And I'm celebrating my birthday today. So this is my
happy birthday, buddy. Wow.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
And your name still, every time I read it, and this has been since the day I was born.
I know what you're going to say. You can never get it right.
I always read Brain as Brian. So you're always Buzz Bryanard. to me. I don't know.
You've done that to me for 2 decades now. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Happy birthday. One of these days, for your birthday next year, I'm going to learn how to say your name right.
Don't bother. It's fine. I'll have too much of this. I won't even care.
You won't know how to say your own name.
I don't even know how to say my own name. And I got to tell you, like, here we had a good time with this entire album. And then you hit the last cut, Bible verses. And I think I was speechless and, listening to it. And it's one of those songs where I put it on repeat a couple of times because I'm like, is this one of those like close to perfect country songs?
I feel like it is. I mean, if the point of country music is just to be brutally honest, then it has to be, because, when I heard that song, it was so brutally honest that I kind of kicked around whether I should cut it or not, which was a stupid thought to have. But, when a song hits you in the gut like that, you're going, man, I mean, but at the end of the day, obviously I went in and cut it and I played it for a few people and they all have the same reaction that you're talking about. It's just, no matter where you are, if you're a person that believes in God or a person of faith or whatever, you still have that moment in your life where you wonder if you're really measuring up to what you want to be and the person that you want to be, and for this song, if the Bible is that watermark, you know what I mean? Sometimes it almost feels like, it is a fight to be the person that you want to be, which is that hook of that song is one of those. It's like, man, how did somebody not think of that before? You know what I mean? It's incredible.
That's exactly. It's not the Bible versus me. I'm like, wow, it's been there the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys have figured this out by now. We recorded this ahead of time because it's Friday, the album's out, but maybe at this moment right now, you're hanging out with your buddy Hoda on the Today Show for the on the Plaza, kicking off the summer concert series on the Today Show Radio, SiriusXM 108. Is this kind of a gateway into live performances?
Man, I think so. I mean, I really do. I feel like we're far enough along now that, we can just start counting on it. I feel like almost if you can take that step of confidence, but I think so. I mean, we're planning on getting out there at the end of the summer or early fall or whatever. I mean, that's our plan. And I don't think there's anything wrong with just trying to have at least a plan for it, and we got a few shows this summer, some festivals and things that we're going to go play. So I think it's time, it's at least time to start making plans for it. And I mean, at the worst case scenario, you can't do it when the time gets there, but we're planning on it.
Well, you have a new album out. You got to get out there, hopefully, and support it.
That's right. My record label will be so pissed at me if I don't support my album. Like, I got to do my part, right?
They're pissed at you for a lot of things, but you don't need to add on to the pile.
That's right.
All right. One last thing I just got to run by you, because I was thinking about this when I saw your performance of Austin, a song that we play on Y2Kountry. And I remember back like 20 years ago when it came out, first time I met you was I was working at a radio station in Los Angeles, and you came into an actual record store. It was like we were at a record store.
What is that?
Yeah, I know. What is that? Yeah. So I just want to get your thoughts on the process, because we go back to Austin 20 years ago and what it took for you to get that song and have a number one. Nowadays, we've got TikTok and stuff going viral, and then also help from people like you on shows like The Voice. So it's a different animal these days, way different than when Austin came out.
Yeah, it is. And I think about it all the time. There's always those people in the industry and some artists that are a little bit, I feel like the way that people are making it these days can easily be discredited by somebody who doesn't understand, just basically we're in a new time, and I don't think you can say, well, by God, they didn't pay their dues in the honky tonks and stuff, It's like, well, guess what, man, that's just not how it is anymore, and get over it, because I don't know that it's any easier for these kids on The Voice. Imagine being absolutely clueless about the music industry and probably having very little experience performing, and then being thrust onto a stage in front of 10 million people a night and living and dying on that show based on people's opinions at home. because a lot of times it takes a while to get things right. And Swan Brothers are a great example of that. You know, they were on The Voice 8 years ago, and it's almost like a scarlet letter, you know, on their chest, walking around after having been on one of those shows and didn't blow up and make it immediately, you know, and they've just stayed at it. They worked hard, and now here they are with the title cut on my new album, you know. But with TikTok and things, I don't know how that stuff works. And I'm not about to sit here and say, well, that's the easy way, you know, because for me to speak about TikTok would be like me trying to describe what it feels like to get a pap smear. I have absolutely no idea what that's like. You know what I mean? I did make it the old school way, and thank God I did, because that's the only way I know how. But it doesn't mean is harder, or I paid my dues more than these new kids coming up. Because I just don't know that's true, you know.
I love that answer. That's right. Who knows? I mean, who knows? And it's going to change in another 10 years. It'll be completely different as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, Blake Shelton, congratulations. The album is called Body Language. It's out today, and good luck to Cam. You're right. He's a superstar, and to Jordan as well on The Voice. So
thank you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Happy birthday to you. Wow. Happy freaking birthday.
Yeah. Do you want to try to say my name properly one more time?
Well, and I think next year I'm going to get you a cake that's shaped like a brain, so and it'll help me remember your name. You can slice the brain up and know, Blake remembered my name finally.
That's okay. I'll always love you. It's okay. It's fine. Okay. Blake Shelton on Y2 Country.